students, now we are going to start with a chapter called tissues. In this part, we will have to study the plant tissues and the animal tissues. Now you see that cell is the structural and functional unit of life. In a single cell, all life activities are performed. That is digestion, excretion, respiration, growth, and all the other functions performed. If an organism like amoeba is an unicellular organism, then all its life processes take place within a single cell. But the multicellular organism, the higher organisms, are made up of large number of cells. Now, in these organisms, the many cells, that is, the group of large number of cells, similar cells, are assigned to perform a specific functions. So, in the multicellular organism, in the complex organism, the different group of cells perform individual functions, specific functions. So, although it starts its life from a single cell, but as the number of cells increases, they grow, they get converted, modified to perform different individual functions. Hence, in multicellular organism, there is division of labor. Now, then what is this group of cells performing a specific function known as? Now, this is called tissue. So, what is the tissue? Now, the group of cells having similar structure and performing a specific function is called tissue, or we say that tissue is the group of similar cells having similar structure and function is called tissue. So, in complex organism, the functions are performed controlled by the tissues. Now, students, we see that the different types of tissues are found in plants and animals. Now, you see that is in plants, there is difference between tissues of plants and animals. The plants have fewer types of tissues. The plants are static. They do not move from one place to another place. So, in plants, most of the cells are dead. The cells of most tissues are dead. They provide their mechanical support. Fewer are living, performing their specific functions. Whereas in animals, almost every cell are living, performing function at each level. Another difference between plants and animals in terms of growth. In plants, growth is confined to certain parts only. That is, at the tip of root and shoot, in the part of the stem, that is helps in increase in girth or thickness. So, in plants, the growth is confined as well as it is not uniform. So, the cells which divide to increase the number are confined to a specific portions. But in animals, the growth is uniform, taking place in every part of the body. So, the cells, growing cells, are not confined to a specific portions. Clear, students? Now, you see, suppose we are complex organism. Then we see that is the cell, single cell. When they form group, then the complex form will be the tissue, the group of cells, group of similar cells. Now, when many tissues are combined to perform a specific function, then it forms organ. Organ, that is group of several tissues performing a specific function. A specific function. Like you see, suppose the tongue is an organ. It consists of epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, conducting tissue like blood vessels, muscular tissue, nerve cells, and so on. So all these types of tissues help in tasting of food. Now, when many organs are combined together, then they form organ system. Organ system, that is the group of organs performing a particular function. Like you see, we have seen organ system. Like suppose we take example of digestive system. Then digestive system has many organs in it, like the stomach, intestine, the tongue, the mouth, the digestive, or that is the enzymes secreting glands, exocrine glands, together help in the function of digestion. Now, and when many organ systems combine together to form complex organism, or we can write directly organism, the group of organ systems make organism. So this is the hierarchy in the growth of multicellular organism or complex organism. Again remember, cells, the single unit, the group of cells, similar cells make tissue, and when many tissues combine to form a specific function, then it is called organ. Many organs combine again to form a specific function, then it is called organ system, and many organ system together make organism. Like if we are the human being, complex organism, then we have many organ system like digestive system, excretory system, nervous system, circulatory system, reproductive system, and so on. So this is about the introduction of tissue, its composition, and its relation with the different parts in a living organism or complex organism. Now students, we have to study here the plant tissue and the animal tissue in detail one by one. Now you see here, that is, here we have to study plant tissue. Plant tissues. As we have studied, discussed earlier, that is in plants, we have to start with in two parts. Meristematic tissue and the permanent tissue. Just as we have discussed earlier, that in plants the growth is limited. The growth is confined to some specific portions. So the cell division, that is the increase in number of cells, is confined to a specific parts, a specific regions. So here we write types of plant tissue. The first one is meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue. Now, these tissues are confined, that is, they are present in growing parts of plant, that is at the tip of root, shoot, buds, etc. It is also present in the lateral cambium or at the internodes, which we will study in next point. So they are present in growing parts of plant, that is at the tip of root, shoot, buds, etc. Now they are actively dividing, that is they repeatedly divide. So they divide repeatedly, repeatedly to increase their number. Now if we will study the characteristic of these cells, so what is the characteristics of these cells? Since this tissue is present in the growing part, cell division is taking place, so it will be smaller in size. So small in size, tightly packed or closely packed, that is, we can say, without intercellular space. So since these are small cells, they are closely packed, so intercellular space is absent. Now since these are newly formed cells, so they have thin cell wall, large nucleus, vacuole is absent or very small. So they are small in size, thin cell wall, large nucleus, vacuole is absent or very small. Now they are living cells. And divide. Now in this case you see, that is they are small in size, closely packed, cell wall is thin, large nucleus, vacuole is absent or very small, they are living cells and divide. So these are the characteristics of meristematic tissues. Now we see here, that is according to their location, the meristematic tissues are of three types. Like suppose we draw a simple diagram. Now in this part you see, suppose here is the cell. Now here is the branch taking place. Here is from the branch arising. Now you see, at this portion, that is the tip, there is apical meristem. Now actually this structure is called node. This is called node at which the branches arises, and the length distance between the two nodes is called internode. So here are the cells, that is at the base of the node, these cells. Now this is called intercalary meristem. Now further we see, that is on this side, lateral side, there is also cell. Like suppose in if we take it in section, then suppose we are drawing this one, then in this portion there is the cell that is called lateral meristem. That is meristem. This is lateral meristem here. So actually, according to their location, they are of three types. So we write types of meristematic tissue. The first one is apical meristem. Apical meristem, that is, they are located at the tip of root, shoot and buds. And actually, suppose it is at the tip, so when here the cell division will take place, then the increase in length will take place. So it causes increase in length of root and shoot. Now second is intercalary meristem. Now we have seen that is it is at the base of internode. So it is at the base of internode, hence it increases the length of internode. Like you see, suppose here division takes place, then in this part the internode will elongate. Now the third one is lateral meristem. Now as we see here, that is it is below epidermis in the cambium of stem, and when there will be new cell added, then actually it will increase the thickness. That is, it helps in increase in diameter or girth, GRITH, girth of the stem. So actually, just we see that is there are three types of meristematic tissues, which are according to their location they help in different functions, but overall we see that is meristematic tissue helps in growth of the plant. Clear, students? Now when these tissues become gradually old, they will have thick cell wall, they will be specialized to perform some different specific functions, and hence they will change into permanent tissues. That will be studied in the next part of this topic. Okay, thank you.